Hello everybody, at last. It was a little bit delayed, but I'm here in my live session now. Anyone who's watching, welcome. It's lovely to have you along. This will be just a quick introductory 5 minutes of a little bit of what I do to do with Ansa and the work that I do in my position. I'm known as a community engagement officer, and that means I go out in the community and basically promote the things that Ansa do. So I go to different community groups who invite me along. I give free talks and I talk a bit about recycling, reducing food waste and composting at home. And don't bin batteries. So we do have quite a few campaigns on at the moment. But it is nice. You've probably seen me around the depot and seen me about in the community, but it's nice to know what it is that I actually do. So a few of the campaigns we have at the moment, we have our Leave It Loose. This is the recycling message that I give out in my talks and my events, and get really good feedback. The most important bit, and the bit that really people love, is what goes in the recycling bin and what doesn't. So that's a really good resource there for residents to look at, and staff of course. So in my community talks as well, I do make it clear that the good work that Ansa does doesn't just revolve around waste and recycling. We also do street cleansing and keep parks looking great as well. So it's just basically making the environment a much better and safer place to be in, which is really important, especially at this time. At the moment, we've had to adjust our working arrangements because of COVID. A lot of us are working from home. It worried me at first. I thought, well, the majority of my work is community engagement. Where does that leave me? I've got very tech savvy during this lockdown, hence virtual engagement, which is coming really good. It's getting a great reception. I've joined a few Facebook groups, just informing residents of what they can recycle and what they can't. So they know that Ansa aren't just stopping during lockdown. We're carrying on with doing the things that we should be doing. I also get, well, as a communications department, we get really good feedback of residents that are so grateful for what we are still doing. We're still emptying bins and clearing everything away and making it safe, making the environment safe, which is really great. So that's our Leave It Loose campaign. That's the first one we have. In my talks and events and my promotion of Ansa, we also have another campaign, Life with Less Food Waste. Very important at this time. A lot of food is being wasted, the equivalent of 1 million elephants a year in the UK. It's a bit of a staggering statistic when you think of the weight of an elephant is 7 tonnes, and we're throwing away the equivalent of 11. That's just in the UK, and that's just households. So that does shock quite a lot of residents. They do waste food, but I think when they see the scale of how much food is wasted, it hits home, and it isn't a good thing. So this is a leaflet that we give out. This is what we promote as well. It gives you useful facts on how to save money, how to make your food last longer. So it's really great, that is. Composting at home, we also do this. Those of you may or may not know, we have a volunteer programme that our volunteers come along. They help me on talks and events. They do workshops and sessions on composting, a lot of them. They're like champions of that, which is also really great to do in this day and age as well. We have a new campaign we've had, Don't Bin Batteries. You'll have seen at the depot and out and about when I do my talks and events, little mascots we have. We now have the new, we have Battery Boy and we have Gadget Girl here, and they're great. The children love it, the adults love it, and they just teach that we can't bin batteries. They need to go to the local household waste recycle centre or in the receptacles that you find in supermarkets. The last one we have, the campaign, is Life with Less Plastic. Again, very topical, especially after David Attenborough's documentary we saw. So it's just basic changes that you can make in life, simple changes to reduce single-use plastic. Reusable plastic's great. We can just keep reusing it, like my reusable water bottle here. Love this. This will last me ages. And it will last me, it negates the need of buying a lot of these plastic bottles and everything. Just had a message from Anthony Parvin here on the Cranberry Moss Nature Reserve. Paths are getting overgrown. Thank you for bringing that up, Anthony. I'll make a note and pass it to the relevant team in Ansa, and we'll have a look and get it cleared for you. This is great. This is why we need these live sessions. So thank you for that, Anthony. Little changes you can give with a lot of people are in grey areas. What can I put in my recycle bin and what can't I? A really good rule of thumb that I use, and this is what I advise residents to do, is when you think that our recycling goes to UPM, a big recycle plant with lots of cogs, lots of machinery, the rule of thumb is if you look at something and think, well, that might break up, that might damage the machinery, that might get caught in the cogs, or it can't be recycled. So some examples, well, this example here, this is a jiffy bag that is plastic and aluminium bonded together. So when it gets to UPM, because they've bonded the two products together, they can't be separated. So that would have to go in the black bin or be reused. I mean, that's in good nick. I can use that again for other things. I won't go into a lot of these details. I'm just conscious of time. Polystyrene. I once put polystyrene in my recycle bin in my council where I'm from. I come under Newcastle Borough Council, and they emptied my bin and they put all my polystyrene on the pavement and left it, and I didn't know why. So I think a lot of help is given when you know why, the whys of why we don't recycle and everything. So polystyrene, when you get it and crush it, it breaks into little tiny pieces that UPM, it'll get everywhere, all in the system. So UPM, it will get caught in all the cogs and cause a lot of damage. Cork again, cling film. Cling film is a very, you can't recycle that because 9 times out of 10 it's food contaminated as well, which food should not get in the recycle system. And also cling film can stretch and go stringy and wrap around the cogs, which isn't a good thing either. So hopefully that's been a bit of use to you today. I will be doing quite regular live sessions. They'll be every Monday at 10 o'clock. Now I've got tech set up properly. So if you've got any questions or anything you'd like to know, what Ansa do, what happens to your waste when the bins get collected, where does everything go, I'll be here to answer those questions. So if you submit them, then I will make a list and I will be able to answer them. Very interesting process, recycling. Before I got the job, I was, I just took it for granted, but it's such a miracle what recycling is. And on behalf of Cheshire East Council and Ansa, those of you that are doing your recycling, please keep it up. You're doing a great job, and we're just really, really grateful for it. So hopefully that's been helpful. And until next week, thank you.